Hey guys, no base tour this wipe because I was raided 8 times, I'm not even joking, and just don't have anything to show this month. So instead I'm going to show you how to build this really cool 2x2 concept that I mocked up. And it uses pixel gaps, and from the outside it just looks like a normal 2x2. You can see it has an ore refinery and a respawn point there, and a little planter box grow area farm. And then here we have the airlock to come into the 2x2, and notice how it's metal on the outside. So the 2x2, the core, and the honeycomb is metal, and then we have a window here so you can see in. This is intentional. It's so that the raiders are definitely going to raid the base through the sheet metal doors. If we made this stone, the whole thing stone, then that would just blow through the top, and we don't want that. We want them to follow our raid path. So come in here, and we can see that this leads into the base. And you see these sheet metal doors, they have the holes in them so you can see through. That's helpful. It's not required, but it is helpful because it gives the raiders more information. Like, this is the door that clearly goes into the base. This is the route that I should take. And the first thing we have is the TC behind the vending machine. It's the sweet bunker that you can do where you just kind of lay the vending machine down in the doorway. It doesn't actually snap into place, you just kind of set it there, and then you can access the TC behind it. It's really, really strong. We come into the 2x2, and it just looks like a normal 2x2, right? It is looking quite cozy, if I say so myself, but other than that, it just looks like a normal 2x2. And I like using, one of the triangles as extra storage for the furnaces, batteries, etc. But the secret of this base is that you can store all of your best items in the pixel gap. And I like to hide the pixel gap in the honeycomb itself. So you don't access it right through here, like on the inner core. You actually access it through the window. And I'm going to have to turn on my crosshair here on my monitor, so just bear with me 1 second. X32 likes to turn it off every time it goes to sleep, which is really annoying. Okay. So we access the pixel gap through here, through the window. And the smart alarm is the best way to access it. So you just put the smart alarm here, and you can access a large box on the other side of the pixel gap. And you should have a lock on the box. I went through and added them before I recorded this video, so I'm not sure why the lock is missing now, but the cool thing is that with pixel gaps, you can just add it after the fact. So as soon as you get in, as soon as you locate the pixel gap, you can just add the lock onto it. As long as you can open the box, then you can add a lock from the outside as well. So that's the first one, and then we also have another one over here. We have a total of 3 pixel gap bunkers in here, and you just come and you find the pixel gap here, and you can access your secret storage there, and then the same thing here. So we know that it's a 2x2 with more than meets the eye, but what makes this one even more special is, if someone raids this base, and that's probably going to happen because it's Rust, and they're probably going to do it offline because it's Rust, and you don't have an external TC protecting your base, how do you get your stuff out? Sure, you can store all your good stuff in these large boxes in the walls, but how do you get it out? And the answer to this is this concept that I designed, and it's that these little rooms here, they serve a purpose. You can grow things, and you can respawn quick, and you can have an ore refinery in there, and etc. But you can also access your pixel gap from here. So if you get raided, you can just come in here and get all your stuff out. And the reason the doors have the hole in them is so that they can see that there's no trickery here. There's no trickery. It just goes straight into the ore refinery, and it's like that all the way around. Again, it's not necessary to use doors like this, but it is help. It does help. It helps the raiders know that they don't need to blow this door. There's nothing. It just leads straight in. And the smart alarm, you need to go ahead and set them down before you log off. And I like to wire them up, wire them. They don't have to do anything, but just wire them up so it looks like they do something. So if the bad guys are exploring or they do blow in for some reason, they'll see, oh, there's a smart alarm. It's just a smart alarm. It says whenever they're getting raided, and they don't think anything about it. They're not going to think, oh, that must be the logical access to the pixel gap from the outside of the. No, they're not going to think that. And then you do the same thing on the other ones. So even if they grief your base and take it over, and put new doors in and everything, you can still come back and get your best items out of the pixel gaps from the outside. And building this base is really, really easy. It's once you know how to do pixel gaps in Rust, you can propagate it around. So I'll show you how to do that real quick. Put a couple of squares down, then jump, and then jump again. I don't know if that's necessary, but I'll do it. And then keep your mouse very still, put a triangle down, and then go over. Do not move the mouse at all, and then get it all the way tight against the second triangle and put another one down. You'll know that it's working if you can put if this is blue, if the third triangle right here is blue. Then put a half wall there, and a triangle here, and a triangle there. And then a half wall up top, and a half wall on the bottom. And if you look closely, you can see that the pixel gap is there. And this is where my method differs from some of the other guides you'll see on YouTube. I get rid of everything after this, so get rid of that. We just want this one triangle here, the one triangle foundation. And then we're going to build the 2x2 from here. And then we can build the shell. So go ahead and build the outside of it. So if you're building this in the moment in Rust, you're going to want to seal it in as quick as possible. So just go ahead and fill in the whole thing just like that. Put your airlock down here, and then seal it up. And once you've got the airlock done and everything's stoned up or whatever, here let's go ahead and do it for the video. We'll upgrade. Okay. So now how you make the pixel gap go to other places in your base is just like this. So this triangle here, this triangle that's sitting at the half wall height, this is actually the pixel gap triangle. It controls the pixel gap in the whole base. So if we now, this is really, really, really important. If you come over here and put it here and try to move the pixel gap using, you know, right here, it's not going to work because this piece of twig is attaching to the half wall here, and we don't want that. It has to originate from this triangle. So do it there, 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 there. And you can see that they're still attaching at the same height to this triangle because all of these are full height walls. Then you can remove this stuff, and now you have options. You can put the pixel gap wherever you want to. So if you want it here, you just do that, and now it's there. You can see the pixel gap right there. If you want it, let's say right here, you just put the top one first, and you have to put the top one first. There and there. And now you have a pixel gap right there. If you want one here, same thing. Just like that. So the key thing here is, and I know that this makes it this is if you're doing this on a hop server, you're going to want to have a friend helping you do this. You need to get the TC down as soon as possible so that you can break the wall here and propagate the pixel gap over here. So you need to have the pixel gap accessible from the outside. And we can do that, just like that. You see? So now the outside of the base has the pixel gap in it as well. You're going to want to do this on the other pixel gap areas of the base, and you can design it however you want to. I like to use the windows and the furnaces and things to try to try to make it look less obvious, but you could use all 3 triangles as a pixel gap if you wanted to. And then you would have an entrance here, and put some windows, and a door, and another door, and then this is how you access the pixel gap from the outside. And the box, this is a crucial step, is how to do the box. So the low wall is the key to this. Put a low wall down. I like to upgrade it to wood. It may work with other stuff, but wood is the easiest to get it to work, in my opinion. And then you put a box right there. Make sure to lock it. And then you can cover it up. And now we can access it from here on the inside of the base. And we can also access it from over here on the outside of the base. And you do that on the honeycomb on all 3 sides. And I'm not going to show you how to build the rest of the 2x2. I know y'all know how to build 2x2s. Here, I'll already build 2x2 now. Hope you enjoyed this video. I have more ideas and concepts I'm going to show you coming soon. Again, I apologize for not having a crazy base tour this wipe, but it just didn't happen. So, look forward to it next wipe. Thanks, guys. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. I'm leaving time at the end.